I'm taking a suggestion from one of my comments that I got on my last video from Jacqueline Johnson. So thanks, Jacqueline, because actually organizing my patterns, threads, notions, and showing you all how I do that was on my list of videos. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kyla if you're new here, and I do custom designs, pattern hacks, home decorating, and a whole lot more. In today's video, I'm switching things up a little bit, and I'm showing how I organize my threads, my serger cone threads, my patterns, and my notions. I'm hoping that you guys can pick up some good tips for how to organize for small spaces. Let's get started. I know you all have seen these before and probably have some that are in your home right now that you use for storing decorations and ornaments, because that's exactly what this is for. When I got this, it was an after Christmas sale, and I thought it would be perfect for storing my thread and my serging threads in it as well. And I love how it has two different levels. I can snap apart on both sides. And here are all my threads. I try to keep them color coordinated, dividing out subgroups for some of them, but mainly, like, here's my oranges, reds, pinks, black, brown, light green, and dark green. And it really is a really cool way to see what you have because it's see-through. So I love that. I can just turn it around for which one that I'm going for, what color I need at the moment. And then also just for keeping them together so that you don't keep buying duplicates of the same color. So I keep the actual sewing thread for the machine on the bottom tier. The top tier I use for the cone threads for my serger machine. And I don't have a ton of colors because I basically stay with your typical black, white, dim blue, a taupe color, brown. I do have red and pink that I've used periodically, like for clients or something like that, but I think between black, brown, a denim color, or gray, white, and a taupe, that really covers most of the fabrics that you'll be sewing to finish off your inside seams. I do have one more color, a lighter cream, that I keep in my threaded machine right now because I was just using it for a couple of different projects. And that's my other neutral tone color that I have. When you see these on sale at the end of the season, grab them up because they're great for storing all your thread when you have limited space. Because like I do, I don't have a sewing studio. I basically just use a bedroom that's converted into a sewing room. And I keep this in my closet on top of the Roughneck tote that I keep my patterns in. to organize my drawers for my smaller notions like pens and different types of sewing tapes, seam rippers, clips for clothing that I can't put needles through. I got these from Aldi, and they're basically used for the kitchen, to organize your kitchen drawers. But I thought they would be perfect for the sewing room because of the sizing of their compartments, the sleekness, and I like that they're clear so you can see from the sides, and also that they have the rounded edges and they're short enough to fit in most standard drawers. So this one, I just keep my safety pins, clips, needles for the machine, buttons, a few extra bobbin threads, and that's pretty much it for that one. I can slip my tailor's ham, my clapper actually, the front, and a pen and a marker if I need it. These bins also came from Aldi, and they're just a different style a little bit. The sides are a little bit higher because I'm storing all my odds and ends of elastic that I have and some belt buckles. So that's pretty much how I keep those organized, along with a few spools of ribbon in the drawers, chains, and in the back I have a few little Swarovski crystals for some of my jewelry making. Same for this drawer, my seam binding tapes, zippers, more ribbon, heat and bond, ruler, and looks like I've got a little bit left of some boning at the bottom to use for another project. But it's that same style as well. I really like the high sides and liking to be able to see everything clearly when I need it. I got this tray from the dollar store, surprisingly, and again, I like how the compartments are broken out so I can keep my pins in the smaller areas. Got my bobby pin for if I need to feed elastic through a casing, little soap as my marker, and whatever color thread for the project that I'm working on at the time, with marking pencil, my sewing gauge, my measuring tape, some hooks and eyes, and this just keeps everything nice and neat too, just so that you don't have all your projects jumbled together at once. So you can really set your goal and set your mindset on that one project and finishing it through, and then swapping out what you need for your next one. And here are my many years of patterns that I have. And I hang on to my patterns. I'm really careful when I cut them out. I try to keep all the sizes together. I fold them neatly to put them back in their envelope. And I make sure to store them in a cool and dry place, because being that they're tissue paper, they can dry rot. I try to just rubber band off groupings of a similar garment. Like these are all my jackets put together, coats, vests, capes, blazers, tunic style tops, decorative sleeve type tops, one of a kind, independent sewist tops, button down, miscellaneous of like pajamas for men, women, children. All my dresses I keep together, evening wear dresses, vintage patterns, long sleeve dresses, summer linen dresses, and multi-garment patterns that have jumpsuits and dresses combined. Oh, yeah, like this pattern is a jumpsuit and a dress combined. I keep those together, pants and skirts together, and then just all my skirts and purses and accessories. I have not counted my patterns, so I don't know how much is here, but it's probably around 100. Don't judge. I do have some patterns that I've ordered offline, and I usually send them off to a company to have them print them out for me, just because I have a regular small home printer that would crank out multiple sheets for me to have to piece and tape together. So I would rather just send it off somewhere, get the pieces, and then fold them up, and then just organize them in an manila envelope. This is a Vicky Sews pattern that I'm gonna make, and probably I'll probably have a video on this one too. It's an oversized blazer, the Ariadna. So I'll be making that in an upcoming video. I also have patterns that I draft myself, and this is for the patio seat for the wrought iron set that I redid the cushions and repainted some months ago. And I have a video that's available now that you can check out for this one. But I need to get one of those manila envelopes to put this in as well, because now that I've got my pattern, I'll be able to keep this for any other chairs, cushions that I make that are that same size. The paper that I used for drafting this pattern and drafting other patterns is just a thin quality, like sheer paper that you can get from an art supply store. And I've been using this for years, and it works well with just transferring patterns over to it. And it's pretty durable too. It's a little bit more durable than the actual tissue paper patterns that we buy from the store. So I really like that about using this as well. Speaking of using that, I have this book called Famous Frocks that I've had for years now, and it's really cool. It's got all the patterns and instructions for recreating fabulous, iconic dresses worn by people like, let's see, Ben Ross, Twiggy, Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, Audrey Hepburn, Marilyn Monroe, Rita Hayworth, Betty Davis, and it's just a really iconic book. And they give you the pattern here, but they printed them on both sides of the paper. So when you cut into one pattern, then you cut into another. So I left them as is and just use that same drafting paper to transfer them over so that when I'm ready to use them, they're set and they're good to go. I've got what I call the Sally Tomato dress, which is this dress that's on the cover. This was worn by Audrey Hepburn in the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's, and it's the dress that she wore when she went to visit that mobster and give him, air quotes, advice. The weather report, I guess. But yeah, I have this dress that's set to go. and I transferred all the sizes over because I'm not sure what size exactly I'll be using, and I might have to grade the pattern out a little bit depending on the fit of it. So I drafted the Sally Tomato dress, and then I also drafted what I'm calling that 70s sparkle dress, which is the one that Diana Ross is wearing. Let's see. This one here. So I drafted that one. I thought this was really cool. I like the keyhole opening, and I love the sleeves. And there's a couple variations to make those sleeves as well. So I'll be making that one too, and that'll be in another upcoming video. I don't know if this book is still available, but if I can find any information on it, I'll put it in the description box below. If not, it's just called Famous Frocks by Sara, A-L-M, and Hannah McDevitt. So it's a really cool book. I hope you all got some ideas of how to store for small spaces, because as I mentioned prior, I don't have a large sewing studio. I don't have cabinets or drawer space or bookshelves that I can use to store patterns. So organizing it by just a rubber band system and keeping different types of garments together works for me. And as far as the Christmas decoration 2-level carrier set, honestly, that could be used for a lot of other things besides sewing as well. Sewing just came to mind for me because I was looking for something to store my threads that I could keep color-coded and also keep my threads for my serger machine with it as well. I hope this was helpful to you all, and thanks so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.